The man that keeps us talking. Want everybody to discuss what's going on, what's happening with his football programs, what's happening with the teams, what's happening with the athletes. Has kept everybody talking over the past couple of days. When he threw his name out there, said he's interested in becoming the Raiders' next head football coach. It's got a lot of Colorado fans in disbelief. Can't believe, wait, how in the hell you decide you want to up and leave us so quick and fast? We just started getting this thing going in the right direction. Why all of a sudden now the sudden change? Well, y'all already know his kids get ready to move on to go to play in the pros. And one thing for certain is Coach Prime is about business. The Sanders family is about football business. That is their business. That's the family business, football. But I'm just saying that these are the words that came out of his mouth. But we're going to talk about this latest update that just hit as far as will it happen? Won't it happen? Could it happen? Should it happen? How does all this get ready to play out? We're going to talk about it right after this. Y'all already know what time it is. This is another episode of Blow the Whistle with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. This is on the Tomorrow Leader Sports Network platform. Now, get your drinks, get your pillow, get your lunch, dinner, whatever it is that you need to get yourself comfortable. I mean, you know, some of y'all need some of that Snoop Dogg. Y'all need a little Snoop Dogg. Get that ready, get it prepared. Go ahead, get yourself together. You know, zone on out because I'm about to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. Like X said, X going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you because I'm just trying to get a feel of exactly what's going on here because none of this is making sense right now. Coach Prime was asked on the early morning show, Good Morning America, asked about his thoughts on his sons going to the pros. And he stated that if he had opportunity, if he could coach both of his sons, he's willing to go coach in the NFL. Now there's Joe Klatt did a podcast where he's talking about there's a contract negotiation for Coach Prime. There's an extension out there for Coach. And they're waiting to see if he signs that extension. I mean, as Mr. Klatt said, you know, this was a pretty damn good deal. I'm trying to understand, you can't count the next man's pockets. What you may think is a good deal might not be a good deal for him because Coach Prime might be looking for something extra. I mean, you know, we've heard the Stephen A. Smiths of the world talk about how, you know, Coach Prime need to leave and go coach at USC, go coach at, you know, he should have been given the Florida State job. I mean, first and foremost, in order for you to get the job or get a job, you have to meet the criteria. And I think at that point in time, I don't think Coach Prime had all his ducks lined up in a row where he met that criteria in order for him to get that job. And that's why Jackson State was so much a benefit for him as far as deciding to take his talents and, you know, show that he can coach over there at Jack. He had everybody excited about exactly what he was bringing to the table. He wanted to level the playing field, as he would say. He wanted to make sure that coaches were getting their just due. Of course, Coach Prime was trying to line this thing up from the jump. When he's talking about Louis Riddick, why hadn't he gotten a interview to become a GM? I mean, Louis Riddick, I mean, that man, he can do his thing now. I mean, Louis Riddick has an extensive resume as far as things that he's been able to accomplish while in the NFL. And a lot of folks, you know, they haven't really looked to call him or, you know, dial his number and say, hey, look, Mr. Riddick, we want you to come on in. You know, we want to sit down and talk with you. And looking at how everything took place with Antonio Pierce getting fired and the GM of the Raiders being let go, you know, everybody now wants to, you know, start throwing their name in the hat. Everybody got to understand, Mr. Davis is running this thing, and you got Tom Brady over there looking to, you know, get himself acclimated as far as with being a minority owner of the football team. And, you know, Tom Brady's not trying to have no losing team. He's looking to get this thing together so that they can build this thing up to be a contender, you know, get out there and win some games. I mean, you got to look at what's going on here. I mean, Coach Prime, I think, had Coach Prime stuck with Jackson State and then decided he wanted to bust that move and go possibly to the pros after the fact because he had such a winning season. I mean, not winning season, but such a winning record. I would say, yeah, people would look more so to say, hey, let's go ahead and go with that. But right now, Coach, you're 13-12 in 2 seasons. That doesn't look as sexy as it did when you was coming from 26-4 to come to Boulder and be that guy. I mean, just being honest with you. I mean, they're not going to take somebody because you're Your marketing ability is so great that people say, hey, you know what? Let's bring them on in. Now, don't get me wrong now. The Vegas Raiders could use some marketing help out there as far as with getting more fans in the stands, doing more things that's going to be beneficial for the team, for them to, just keep that financial money train running. But and Coach Prime, Coach Prime seen the bright lights out there, boy. All he was thinking about, like, hey, I need to get on that strip and do something with my talents. Let these folks know just how good it really is. I mean, just think about it. If Coach Prime could have got out there in that thing and been able to, do his book tour, do his tour, do his TV show out there on the strip, he got folks come to see that thing live. I mean, come on now, Coach Prime, them wheels was rolling out there. But back to the football of this thing. And I'm not mad at no man out here looking to try to make them coins. Go get them coins, coach. Hey, if they're going to offer to you, go out there and do what you need to do. But let's be real here. That 13-12 record that you got in the last 2 seasons, that's a little bit, that has a recipe of dumpster juice written all over it. And ain't nobody playing with that right now. So if you was one of them guys that say, was winning, like you played what you played in 25 games, if your record was, say, 25-3, I mean, you're not 25, 22-3. You was out here just killing it. Guess what? It made all the sense in the world for them to say, hey, you know what? We need to bring Coach Prime on in this thing. But you got people that really sitting around looking at everything that's going on. You got investors that don't really want to deal with all of the chaos that's going on right now. I know a lot of y'all like, Coach, that's a bull job. They should have want to bring him in. But listen to me. When Joe Clatt said this the other day, I'm play this. Let me play this sound bite for you right quick. Joe Clatt, I'm sharing this is courtesy of Joe Clatt's podcast, if I'm not mistaken. It was posted up on Matt H and the H's for Heisman on Twitter, on X, formerly known as Twitter. This is supposed to be SC Buffs 22. I found this on his page. And he gave some insight on Coach Prime's future in Colorado. Now, listen, these are Mr. Clatt's points as far as what he thinks about all of this. But listen to this. Hold on, let me rewind a little bit. Check it out.
Where are you at with Dion and him staying at Colorado? The Raiders job just came.
This is off the Joe Clatt show. Off the Joe Clatt show.
And staying at Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously hopeful that he stays at Colorado. I think that, he has a very, very, very good offer in front of him from Colorado. And I don't know why it hasn't been signed, but I will tell you that
he want to know why it hasn't been signed. I'm going to say something to y'all that y'all not going to like and y'all not going to agree with. Coach Prime has enjoyed coaching his sons. This is going to be difficult for him to do. Now, the question I have is that many folks have not really looked at is now that his sons are moving on to go to the pros and play for someone else, are these quarterbacks going to be held to the same standard that he's held Shedeur to? What do I mean by that? How quick is he going to be willing to pull those quarterbacks and bench them compared to sometimes that you question, fans may have questioned the play of Shedeur on the field, i.e. he gets injured in the game. Instead of pulling him out the game, you leave him in there, get him checked. Oh, is he good to go? Okay, well, get him right. I need him back. And you put him right back out there on the field. Is that going to happen with these athletes now that's coming into the program? No. We already know this not going to happen because soon, whoever does not have the hot hand to come in and lead that team in the manner which they need to be led, they behind's going to get yanked quick, fast, in a hurry. And there's a lot of people that don't want to understand, nor do they want to believe that. Everyone want to look at this thing as, hey, you know what? I'm in the right situation for me to move and groove and make sure I take my collegiate football career to another level. That may be true. You may be in the right position, but the kicker's going to be, if you're not producing, guess what? You're not going to be given that long rope. You're not going to be given that a lot of slack in that rope. That slack in that rope going to get cut short. And this is leading me up to where I'm getting ready to go with this, because I want y'all to hear the last part of this Mr. Clatt here as far as what he gave based on what he thought about Coach Prime, him going to the NFL and how he will be able to do things. Now, Coach Prime right now, he's able to bring kids onto the team, cut them if you need to, and change up the roster however you wish. You can't do that in the NFL. And not only that, but you got to have a lot of kids out there, excuse me, not a lot of kids, but a lot of grown men that's on that team that's not going to sit back and allow you to do daddy ball with your son and not hold not only Coach Prime accountable, but hold Shador accountable as well for going out there and screwing up games that they should have won. I'm just being honest with you, because guess what? You're taking food off of people's plates and you're taking the bonuses out their mouths, and they not going to have that. They're not going to have that. You're dealing with grown men now. Now, let me finish this up for you. Check this out. This is Joe Klatt's show right here. The Denver Sports is where this came from, where the other clip came from Denver Sports with Joe Klatt. Listen to this.
I don't think he works in the NFL. As good as he has been at Colorado, it's a really perfect marriage there where they have given him the keys fully.
Wait, now I got to pause that right there. He said that Colorado gave him the keys fully. Jackson gave him the keys fully, and he moved on to go. He moved on to coach at Colorado. That was, listen, all of that was business. That was part of the plan. Let me get my son ready over here to showcase that he's able, more than capable of going up to the next level and compete. Had he been dropped out there in the beginning, there's no telling how things would have been. And Coach Prime wanted to make sure he ushered him along in the manner which he needed to make sure he was as successful as he is now. Is that something that he's looking to do right now? Absolutely. LeBron James was able to do it with Bronny James, and Coach Prime thinking like, hey, I can do the same damn thing with my son. Hey, look at what I was able to do for y'all when I was there in the NFL. All this time and work I done put in, hey, y'all need to allow Prime Time to come on in here and do so with this thing. People, Raiders talk about some, nah, we ain't with all that. We not with all that. But the one thing that Joe Klatt said that kind of threw me off a little bit, and I got to play this for you. Check this out.
He can be completely himself. You cannot do that in the NFL. You cannot do that. I continue to say this. It's like they don't even let Kyle Shanahan wear his flat-billed hats. It's like, what do you think is going to? You can't be Prime as head coach in the NFL. Now, if he wants to go there,
wait, how you? This man has been Prime since Florida State. 14 years in the NFL, the major leagues, coaching his kids, little league, middle school, high school, college. Now, are there going to be some type of concessions or some type of rules that he may not be able to do while on the sideline? I'm sure. But I'm willing to bet you 9 times out of 10, he'll have that conversation with Roger Goodell and his owner, if by chance someone decides to give him a chance to do this thing, and then figure it out from there. But for Joe Klatt to say he's not going to be able to be Prime, I'm like, come on, man, that's crazy. Which leads me to this last point. I know right now this is a victory for the Colorado football fan base, where they're excited to know that, hey, the Raiders is not interested in him. Listen, because the Raiders is not interested in him doesn't mean someone else isn't as interested in him as well. All of this is smoke and mirrors right now as far as what's going on. But I'm going to tell you what's really getting ready to happen. Right now, your head coach at Colorado, he may stay one more season. One. If he stays that full season. I honestly believe Coach Prime has been telling folks, not telling folks as they're sitting down and having conversations. You've already seen the videos on Well Off Media where you had the young lady, I think her name is Lauren, was in there massaging his feet. And he asked Bucky the question about trying to get his toes situated. And the doctor told him that he might have to amputate the toes. And when he stated that, what sense does it make for him to have a size 11 shoe and a size 4 shoe? That don't make no sense. Because, he's trying to get his toes straight, and which things didn't work out the manner in which he wanted them to as far as everything that was going on. I say all of that to say, there's a possibility, and I'm a legend to this, there's a possibility that there could be some health issues going on that is not being discussed. I honestly feel Coach Prime is going to be there in Boulder, I would say probably after the last transfer portal closing. I honestly believe that. I'm just gonna throw a dart out there in the dark. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not, like I said, this is not to create no chaos or create no havoc or start up no bull jump. I'm just gonna honestly say, I honestly believe, listening to all of this and Coach Prime getting out there in front of the world and saying, hey, if I have a chance to coach both of my sons, in the NFL, yeah, I'm willing to do it. That's just like he told the world on 60 Minutes. If a Power 5 school comes calling while he was coaching at Jackson State, he would be a fool not to listen to what they was talking about. Well, guess what? Colorado, don't be a fool and think that this man is not looking for an exit strategy as far as what he's going to do next. It's here in front of your face, guys, whether you want to believe it or not. Coach Prime is not going to sign that extension. Coach Prime is not going to, listen, that contract that he's currently on, I don't see him staying past that. And not only that, I think your AD might be getting ready to make a change too here in the next couple of years. He might be getting ready to daggone retire. Who knows what's going on in Boulder right now? McChesney, I like that guy over there. I think he's 0 to 60. He's doing some good stuff over there with the conversation that he has happening. He stated himself when they was talking about the offensive, the defensive end and the offensive lineman coach, who's going to take over the offensive lineman coach position. And I was saying, like, hey, him or it was another guy that they was talking about, another coach that they was talking about. I said, I think he would be good for it, but looking at everything that he has his hands going on as far as with developing athletes and getting these kids ready to, compete in college football as well as the pros, I don't think that's going to be something that he will probably let go. I don't think that would be lucrative enough for him to say, you know what, I think I'm willing to pass up on all that and allow myself to, do that instead of, I'm willing to allow myself to coach and put this on hold. I don't think that's something he's going to do. I think it's more so like, hey, this is more lucrative to me over here doing this, what I'm already doing. I'll stick with that and keep moving forward. So, guys, y'all sit back here and watch how this all unravel. Like I stated before, Coach ain't here to start no trouble. I'm just blowing the whistle on some garbage that I see going on right now. All I'm seeing right now, there's a lot of stuff to keep everybody talking so that you're not paying attention to the main thing. And as long as everybody don't pay attention to the main thing, guess what? Y'all going to continue to keep watching what's going on with this hand while this hand is being put behind his back and is constantly making moves that you're going to soon find out is not going to be to your liking. But, hey, Coach, go ahead and get up on out this thing. It's been fun chopping it up with y'all. Like I said, once again, make sure y'all tune in, tap in, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. Hey, hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. This is on the Tomorrow Leader Sports Network platform. This is another episode of Blow the Whistle with your host, Coach Walker. And like I always say, be the one and lead.